Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. So I was going through YouTube the other day, and I came across a Bloomberg Insight. The name of the lady that's in charge of it, her name is Linda Ammond. And she was interviewing Sanna Marin, who is the former Prime Minister of Finland. She's got several other things in her life. But I was listening to this, and I'm going to do another one. But this one I was listening to, and her attitude about what Trump needs to do. But then it changed into, well, if we can't rely on them, holy cow. So I wanted to play this. I wanted to play this is what Trump needs to do, then with the longer, oh yeah, this is what the EU needs to do. Because I want y'all to hear this. This is some interesting stuff. But before I do that, let me give you a quick rundown of this woman's biography. Okay, to give you an idea of who Sanna Marin is, she was the 46th Prime Minister of Finland. She served in that office from December 2019 to June 2023. So she's a year and a half out of office. Leader of the Social Democratic Party. She was that from August 2020 until September 2023. Minister of Transport and Communications. She only held that for like 6 months in 2019. Member of the Finnish Parliament from 2015 to 2023. And by the way, her party is Social Democratic. It's a little left-leaning. Actually, it's a lot left-leaning. She had some controversies while she was in office, but you know, she's a normal politician. She's a normal politician for Europe. Very left-leaning, very... Even though one of the controversies I found kind of funny, and I'll see if I can find one of the photos and post above, is she took a picture for Trendy magazine, and it turned out that was a little risque, according to folks. Trendy is a Finnish lifestyle magazine. I don't really see anything wrong with the photos, to be perfectly honest with you. She describes herself as coming from a rainbow family. She was raised by two female parents. In other words, two lesbians raised her. She was the first person in her family to attend university. She has a daughter that was born in 2018 with her former partner, TPV, basically he's a soccer player for us Americans, Markus Raikkonen. And they got married, then they got divorced, and yeah. And she's vegetarian. So this should tell you how left-leaning that this woman is. She's like 39. She's, I guess fairly attractive. So people seem to pay attention to her because she's now working for, what's the name of this here? Tony Blair Institute for Global Change, led by the former British Prime Minister. And she's brought in to speak to different groups, and she's paid for it. So this is the kind of person that you're about to listen to.
Are these the policies that he's going to drive as a president as well? As a former European leader, I hope the strong presence of United States in Ukraine. We need strong United States in the center of global politics and also in Europe, in Ukraine, helping. So I only hope that Donald Trump will continue the policies that Biden had concerning Ukraine.
Is it fair to assume that Europe was actually rooting for Harris?
Well, I think that it's not for us Europeans to say what should be the outcome of elections in another country. The people have voted. I think the results were very clear. It was more clear that we anticipated. We thought that it might be a more close race, but well, I think this needs to be a wake-up call for Europe. We need to be more strong ourselves, and we need to be better partners. One thing that I do agree with Trump is that European countries need to raise their defense budgets up to the 2%, where actually Finland, my country, is already, because we have that aggressive neighbor. We have the longest land border with Russia in all EU countries, and we feel the threat of Russia. So I think we need to boost up our defense capabilities, our defense budgets, and Europe needs to be more strong and better partner in NATO as well. So in that perspective, I think this needs to be a wake-up call for Europe to build our own strategic autonomy, our capabilities in defense, in energy, and especially in new technologies that I really worry right now. Is Europe lagging behind? Are we doing enough? Because we cannot only be dependent on US or China in the future. We need to build our own capabilities.
This is the problem with European leaders, and don't think that they don't think like this woman. Former Prime Minister Marin is a prime example, pardon a little bit of play on words there, of the normal European leader that is in there. Now, Hungary has elected somebody who's considered right-leaning, and they're saying they're possibly more in tune with Russia than the normal European leader. But most of the European leaders think just like this woman, and I'm going to be making a video with another gentleman who was a leader in Europe, but why are we supposed to fall in line? Biden was kicked out of office, basically. We chose somebody who thought the exact opposite of Trump, and yet the Europeans are saying, we want you to continue Biden's policies. And then throw in the fact that they're just now starting to realize, even though 8 years ago when Trump came into office the first time, he was able to do things that made it worse for Europe because they were so dependent on the U.S. The U.S. is not needing to continuously pay for everything when it comes to the European nations. And they're starting to realize with who we're electing. Now, look, if you really wonder what kind of problems that Trump's going to have to deal with when he gets back in office because of the Ukraine and Europe and however much the Europeans want to get things done their way instead of the way that we're supposed to do things, well, this is what Trump's going to have to deal with. I thought you might want to know because we voted this man into office. We need to be educated on what kind of fight he's going to have when it comes to Europe. This fight will mean that the Democrats are going to be yelling and screaming, oh, well, he's so bad, he's evil. This is what he's going to have to deal with. And y'all need to be prepared so y'all will understand what they're talking about whenever they go on here and they start smearing him. But hey, this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. I thought I'd just post this and let y'all think about that. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.